Howdy y'all, Los here. I have a son in my life who loves Legos. I mean, who doesn't love Legos? Building blocks are literally the building blocks of creativity. And Lego makes amazing sets to create beautiful Lego sculptures. But no sculpture was greater than the one we created ourselves. The sculpture we made using our imagination. Something that you would run and show mommy, and mommy was totally stoked every time. Well, today we will make some use of those building blocks that you or someone you know has packed away and perhaps quietly forgotten about over the years. Or maybe you are a die-hard and lifelong fan of interlocking building blocks and you're just looking for something to build. Well, let's make a functional sculpture today, a bonsai container. I created a bonsai container on mechabricks.com. Check out the description in the link below. You can download the inventory list and build it yourself. But this container we are making today will be totally impromptu. I'll also show you the few examples that I've made, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas to make your own. So let's go grab those old Legos you can find, and let's get started, shall we? A good idea is to find a square piece that has a hole in it. Better yet, we'll start with some flats here. And I'm just going to try to build around until I find something that works out for me here. Oh, a little Christmas tree. Look, that could be a bonsai in itself right there. Oh, look at that. Let's keep those little things. Oh, look at that. Now that's a piece right there. Now this piece is a perfect bottom piece. Now it's a grill. It's literally a drainage screen. You're gonna have to use it. You have to use it. So let's go ahead and we'll make that the middle of our container. And we'll use a couple, I need a couple of these here. A couple the same size. Oh yeah, that'll work, that'll work. Now we're on our way to making that bonsai container. Now, it's probably a good idea to not make anything a single layer on the bottom. Try to reinforce everything. That way you have some structure, especially when you're poking at it later with the chopstick, very lightly, of course. You don't want to knock the bottom off of your container. Okay, so now I'm starting to get a base working here. Of course, that's our middle, that's the very bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to look for a nice long flat here, which I think should do the trick to get this base working. I've made a pretty sweet little base here. It's double thickness. I just have to fill in the space here, but I think that's a good start to our base. When you're organizing your pieces, you should try to look for certain pieces that are going to help you. And I think the few pieces I think are going to be fun to use are going to be these elbows. You want to find an elbow, and you want the wedges. I think those will make good feet. So if you come across the elbows, the L-shaped elbows, and the wedges, hang on to those, put them in a separate box because you're going to definitely need those in the future. So whenever I see those, I'm going to grab them and place them to the side for now. But I'm going to continue reinforcing this base here. Yeah, there's not only just Legos in here, there's Mega Blocks, which are, I wouldn't say knockoff, but they're compatible with this. So there's a ton of those in there, which is cool. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. If you're familiar with Legos, you may have seen this. This is a Lego tool. It's a removal tool that helps you get some of these harder pieces off of each other, which is something that we all need. Let's see if I can get this off here. Yeah, see? You can get these pesky pieces that are stuck together like pieces, and they just separate like no other business. So, now we've officially made our bottom piece. Now you can see that is basically all flat, and I guess it's about 6 inches across about 3.5 up, and you can see right through it. Perfect, perfect, perfect for drainage. Next step, let's make the bottom here. Now, I told you about these L shapes. I think they make perfect and easy feet. Now check that out. Now I've got a foot there. Now you find 4 of them, which I happen to have right down here. Boom. You've made a little table. Something that your bonsai can sit on without having to, or your bonsai container to sit on without being flat against something. That allows for drainage and air to be able to go underneath. Really cool. Now for mine, I didn't use elbows. Instead, I used the blocks themselves. So this is a what is this? That's an 8 block, an 8 knob block, and the 4 knob blocks, they make a good one. And then I also put a strip of the flat 1x flats here, just to sort of give it some, you know, some shape there. It kind of looks cool. So let's go ahead and do that with ours here. I'm going to use the small feet, but I'm also going to now take some 1x1 flats here and just line it across the bottom. And that's also going to help give some structure to the overall base as well. You know, we don't want it bending over, bending in and getting all bad on us. Something important when you're building with Legos is the placement of the bricks themselves. The bricks need to sort of overlap with each other. Now what I mean by that, and if you look here, we've got a transition from this yellow to this gray here. And we have this blue. Now notice this blue crosses from the gray into the yellow. Now that's what we want. If I was to put a block right here, that'd be okay, because the next block I put on would, I've got a block. The next block I would put on traps that over it, and it gives it some structure like a brick. If you were to put that on there and it's in between on the cracks, it's going to be much easier for it to bend and end up breaking that bond that they have. So make sure that you overlap them like you would see bricks. You don't ever want them all on the same plane. It's just there's no structure there. You know, and think of it as an architect when you're doing this. Now you're not an architect, mind you, but you're thinking like one in the sense that you want to make sure this thing is going to be structurally sound when you are ready to use it. And if you want, I said it again, you could probably polyurethane this thing. You could dip it, or you could try to glue every individual piece. It's up to you. I don't think it's a great idea unless you are for sure that you know for sure that that is not going to leach into your bonsai and somehow hurt it. Okay, so now we've made a nice space. Now look at this. You could stop there and you've made yourself a sweet little bonsai stand for your bonsai Lego container. Look at that. And it's going to drain through that bottom there so you can water it. But now that we've got our bottom working, now we can work on making the walls. This is probably the easiest part, because now we're going to be sticking to trying to use these bricks. These at least have 2 dots on each one side. For lack of a better word, these are bricks, the traditional bricks. Let's go ahead and just start building here. I think it's important to continue on with the brick structure. Make sure there's no bricks that end right on top of each other and they have the same line. That's not going to be good. Always make sure you have some sort of overlaying brick. That's just going to be better for your overall structure. And just like that, you've built one little side of the wall there. I think we'll go up maybe that high, maybe four layers altogether. All right, see, layer 1 complete. Let's keep building those layers up. Now, if you want, you can protrude them out a little bit. I was talking to you about wedges. If you gather enough wedges, you can now bring the ends in and you can sort of do some tapers. Now, if you see what happened here, it lines up right here. That's not what I want. It would be best if I lined it up there, And I could put a brick there, but let's skip. There's plenty of bricks to go around, man. Boy, I tell you what. I don't like how that's going, but that's just gonna have to go. All right. Building up the layers. Down. I think we'll do maybe 2 more layers and then we'll start with the top. Okay. I think I've gone high enough with the height. A little Shohin bonsai container. Now you could stop right there. Boy, I tell you what, you could totally stop right there. But I think it'd be great if you put a little lip on here. Now the way that I created a lip was I offset some of these bricks. Matter of fact, it looks like I used the 1x bricks on here, the thinner bricks, to make the sides. So I've actually improved the design a bit. But I think what you should do here is take longer and take the flats, longer, flatter pieces, and we're going to offset them a little bit. Let's see if I can get you a good shot how they're offset. And now we're creating a little lip here. And then what you could do, boy, I say, boy, could you do it, is you could find wedges, upside down wedges. Let's see if I can even find one. And I can totally improve this design later. You know, when you have more time, you're just sitting there playing around with these, you can totally find the exact right piece you're looking for. Oh, almost found a piece. Well, it don't matter quite much, but if you wanted to, you could find a brick or a wedge that would kind of build that transition a little better. Instead of it being right angle, it come out at an angle. When I come across one, I'll show you what I mean. But for now, I'm going to take some of these flats, these 2x flats, 2 dotted flats, and we're just going to try to go all the way across the perimeter, and we're going to protrude out 1 extra dot. And that's going to create the lip that we are looking to make. So, find all the lips you can, all the flats, I like to call the flats, which are 1x depth. Cool. Okay, coming along here. As you can see, we've now created a lip. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that lip with some flats, and I'm just going to make it a double thick lip. Lego makes these flats that have no dots on them. If you wanted to finish off with those, oh boy, that's going to make it much nicer too. If you can find all those flats, ooh, go for it. I think that would look best. You know, make this thing not look like a Lego pot, in a sense, make it still look like a Lego pot. The bricks must overlap each other. They shouldn't have any points where they are meeting each other up and down on the same block, especially in the corners. But as you can see, boom. We've created a little bonsai container. It's got a little lip, and you can elaborate. You can keep going. For me, what I did is I did 2 layers. You see, I did 1 layer that came out this way, and then I did this top layer. So you got a little boop, 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 little dip, 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 dip. Pretty cool. We can keep going. I think what you should do, if you have this many Legos, I think what you should do is definitely separate all the colors and try to make one that's, you know, 1 or 2 colors. You could have fun with the color patterns, use a color palette. I think it would be a great idea to do that. examples of ones that I made previously, and different ideas that I had with the legs, the feet rather. Now with this one, you'll see that the feet are actually little wedges, and the wedges create a nice little angled slope so that you don't just have, you know, a block on the bottom, a little bit of shape. This is made from mostly the Ninjago Lego set, and it had these like little windows. I thought those windows look great and make a great little bonsai container. Of course, we've got our little drainage hole down there, so put a drainage screen in there. But that's one way you could use these wedges for feet. Still same type of design. Basically build a box and then put some flats, offset them a bit, and you'll have a little lip. Of course, we've been looking and referring to this one the whole time, which now this one's more of a squared version. And as you can see, I was able to find more of the same types of colors, and I put an accent in 3 of the sides. And then one of the sides is just bare so that you could maybe show it like that. This one doesn't have any very special feet, just the elbows, the L's, the smaller ones there. Not too shabby. It's got the double layer lip, which I like. So that's just a couple ideas. Okay, we're all done here. We've created our bonsai container today. Hopefully you got some great ideas. You picked up some tips and tricks that I've kind of developed myself by making a few of these, but there's much more to find and discover out there. I want to see your CAD drawings. I want to see your pictures, your videos. So I challenge all you bonsai creators out there. Let's see what you got. Let's have a discussion. Let's try to literally build the Lego bonsai pot community starting today. So if you like our work, please feel free to subscribe, share, comment, all that great stuff. We appreciate you. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, be cool, stay hip, get yourself a hobby. Bye.